Hi, I'm Eric Hartman, Director of Advocacy for the Choroideremia Research Foundation, and I wanted to put together a short video that will show you some of the accessibility features that I use in my iPhone 7 Plus and in the iPad Pro. It's available in most of the iOS systems, and features like this, to a certain extent, are also available on Android phones. But let's get into this. This is specifically for the iPhone. So they're very easy to find. I'll click on Settings, and I will scroll to see General. There it is right there. And you'll see right here, Accessibility. I am going to click on that. There we go. Now you'll notice already that my screen looks a little different than yours. I've already used the feature for inverted colors. And there are a number of features here: voiceover, zoom, magnification. But some of the settings that I already have set are, I've turned on bold text, I've turned on button shapes. That helps me find things a little easier. You'll also notice right here is larger text, and I'll click on that. Now, many of us, if you look at the bottom, there's a slider, and that will allow you to adjust your text size. That is the size, if you look at the top of this iPhone, as I move the slide over, it increases the font size to show you just how big you're making it. I like mine somewhere up in the middle, but it can go even bigger. And that can certainly help people with tougher vision problems. So I'll put it somewhere in the middle here. All right, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so let's go back into accessibility. One of the neat things that accessibility has is called the accessibility shortcut. And we're going to go down, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you will find the accessibility shortcut. And what this is, I'll click on this. It allows you, by triple clicking, to bring up these features straight away. I, as you can see right now, only have one feature checked off, and that is for smart inverted colors. You'll see there's also a classic inverted colors. And for those of you that have been using iPhones for a long time, you'll remember that when inverted colors first came out, that if we went to Facebook or things like that, it would invert the white background to black, but it would also convert photos to negatives. With the new smart invert colors, in most cases, not all, but in most cases, the photos will remain as photos, while the backgrounds change to offer a darker contrast. So if I press this bottom button, the control button 3 times, 1, 2, 3, that turned off the invert colors. And as you can see, that is very glary. For someone like me, that is really tough to see. This is so much easier. I press it 1, 2, 3, and there you go. It's back to something that's much more manageable for me to see. Now let's get out of this for a moment, and I'll show you just how it looks different. Here we are in Facebook, and you can see for me, this is much easier to see, and you'll notice that the photographs are still perfectly clear. And that makes a big difference when you're looking to use this, but not with all the glare. It also helps late night if you're laying in bed and your better half is sitting next to you and telling you the screen's too bright. You can always go to invert colors. Now here, I'll show you just again, 1, 2, 3, and that's what most people see. And that's fine if that's good for you. But for me, I find having the glare cut down is a huge asset for me. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. We're back. All right. Now, let's also show you there's the additional feature of VoiceOver. And you can access that again if you're going into accessibility. And here at the shortcut, I could add that to, I'll just touch it there. And now I have 2 things you'll notice. And let's say I even wanted zoom on. I'm going to put that on too. And now if I triple click, 1, 2, 3, you'll see I have a menu that pops up at the bottom. And I have my choice of turning on zoom, turning off, or on or off, invert colors, and voiceover. If you do turn on voiceover, let's see, did I turn that on? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and I will hit voiceover.
Voiceover on. Settings.
So voiceover's on,
Accessibility. Back button.
and you can put it
Classic
anywhere,
invert colors.
and it will read
Classic
everything
invert
down.
Colors. Reorder classic invert colors.
I'll stop, but let me do this. If I wanted to turn it off while I still have it on this menu, I need to go in and go 1, 2, 3,
Alert. Accessibility shortcuts.
and I will again touch the voiceover
Selected. Voiceover.
and then
button.
tap it twice,
Selected. Voiceover. Button. Voiceover off.
and that's off. Now that's a little problematic for some people. I tend to, when I'm home alone, I get that out of there because I really like being able to turn it on and off the voiceover using a voice command. I'll show that to you. So now I'm just going to make sure, yep, I've got smart invert colors on. So now if I press 1, 2, 3, you'll see it just changes the color and no menu pops up. 1, 2, 3, it's back. Now, let me show you a little bit of the voiceover feature. So let's see, hold on just a second. We'll go back here and I'll hit this. Now here's an article. Good grief, that is small writing. But you can turn on voiceover and simply have Siri read it to you. And I'm going to use the voice command. Hey Siri, turn on voiceover.
Okay, I turned on voiceover.
And she did. That's excellent. So I just press click once, and I'm back to the story,
Reader. Button.
and I can literally go in here, press the first paragraph.
As interest in investment in cell and tissue-based therapies has recently exploded, we believe that the science and medicine of the field are converging and, together, will yield a new golden age of therapy. It is important
What this
to note that
does
current cell
is
and
it will
tissue-based therapies
continue
are in
to
a variety of
read
stages
because
of development
I have
and are
swiped
based on a
down with
diverse
2
setting of cell or
fingers.
tissue types.
And you'll
Molecular
see in
therapy
just a
sequence driven
moment
molecular therapy
that
methods
it
in
will
clinical
actually
development has recently
change
devoted a special issue
to the
to
next
work on production
paragraph.
and manufacturing of cell types in all stages of
Let's
differentiation.
see.
http://www.cell.com
It reads it all to you.
molecular therapy family /methods /collections /development cell therapies link human pluripotent.
Okay, so you saw that it actually went back. I'm going to go ahead and turn voiceover off. Hey Siri, turn off voiceover.
Okay,
Voiceover
I
off.
turned off voiceover.
And that takes it off. So that is pretty much kind of the way that things go here. One of the neat features I'll also show you, this is kind of cool. It will help you, and whether you have a vision problem or not, we're going to go back and we are going to go to general. Let's see. Am I at general? Yes. All right. So I'm going to scroll down, and when you see keyboard, I'm going to click keyboard. So again, it's settings, general, and then keyboard. And you'll see a feature up here near the top, and it's called text replacement. I'm going to touch that. And in this feature, you can create whatever code you want. I use a 3-letter code or a 4-letter code that ends in a Z. And if I need to type in choroideremia or the Choroideremia Research Foundation, excuse me, good grief, too much jambalaya today, I can simply type in a code, CRF, and I always put a Z at the end, and then the phrase, and it'll type it automatically. Let's see if I can show that to you. So let's go to, say I'm filling out an email, and I will type in something within the subject here. And let's see, I will type in CRF So CRF's in there. But if I type a Z, listen to what it will say.
Choroideremia Research Foundation.
All I have to do now is press the space button, and it types it all out for me. So that is a real time saver. If you've got phrases or names or things that you type on a regular basis, you can put in a one or whatever 2 or 3 letter code, and it will automatically type it in. I find that to be a huge time saver. Whether it's my home address, whether it's my email address, I just type in what I need, the 3-letter code, and it types it all the way out. It just saves so much time. So that's some of the features that I use. There are others, but I don't want this video to get too long. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want any more information, you can always email me at erichartman@curechM.org. And thanks a lot, and I hope that you can use the accessibility functions that you find useful. Thanks again.